Okay, it's about 7 o'clock in the morning. Right now we're hitting about 60 mile an hour winds. The sign says up ahead is 70, so I'll just give you an idea of what it kind of looks like inside the cab. I mean, if there's more snow on the ground, you could see, you know, how violent the wind is, you know, on the side of our truck. I play it safe, like I said, around 50, 55. But trucks that pass me usually are the ones that are maybe on their side. One thing about Wyoming, you can see that it's clear, it's nice looking outside the windshield, but when the road conditions are 20 and the wind chill on the ground is about 0, it's really misconceiving, because most of the trucks that tip over is when you have a false sense of security. So when the wind is blowing 60 to 70 miles an hour, it just takes a little bit of a gust. It's not a, you know, right now it's a solid wind, so sure, it's irritating on the steering wheel, but you can, you know, if you slow down to the right speed and RPM, and like I said, I like to keep it at 1500. I don't like to lug the engine, and I don't like to over rev it, but if I keep it around 1500, this is a Cummins engine, which I prefer. You know, it's a badass engine. It's the 15 series, but at 1500, and I got an automatic transmission. You know, it's 12 speed, but I keep it in 11th gear at 1500 RPM. And I don't know if you want to know those statistics, but in a 2020 Peterbilt 12 speed automatic, I keep it in 11th at 1500 RPM. Right now the sweet spot is around 50 to 55. I don't need to go 45 because there's not bad traction, but one thing about the wind is, you know, when it's consistent, great, but I just want to show you how fast trucks go. You know, they'll go 70, the speed limit right now is 75 to 80 miles an hour, and you do get a false sense of security, and I could go up to 80 right now because you just look at the ground, there's no snow, it doesn't look like there's ice, but unfortunately, you know, when the ground conditions are about 0, what'll happen is, coming up here, this is Elk Mountain. This is one of the most dangerous areas if you look at the statistics. Elk Mountain, Laramie, Cheyenne, all the way to Rollins and Evanston. This is where the most trucks tip over. This is an excellent example of when truckers get a false sense of security. But a gust will come, it'll blow their truck about 4 or 5 feet to the right, because right now my truck is leaning to the right really bad. And then with the slick conditions, usually what they'll do is they'll hit their brake. They'll just panic for like 1 second. You don't even mean to. They'll hit their brake, and that's enough to kind of send their trailer. Usually it's the trailer that goes first, because, you know, your truck's heavy. It's 37,000 pounds. You got a lot of fuel. You know, your luggage, your baggage, your big engine in front. But a lot of times, you know, your trailer will be the first to go out. And when it goes to the side, you can't do nothing about it. Once your trailer gives out, you're at the mercy. The trailer goes off the road, you're pretty much backwards off to the side. Sometimes you just tip over, because if you look at the right of the freeway, you can see it's a down, you know, it's a slope. You know, it goes about 50 feet off. And you'll drive down that, and by the time you get to the bottom, you know, you tip over to the right. Or if your trailer slips off the road, then you'll literally spin out. And a lot of times you'll see the truck completely backwards, or the trailer straight, and the truck itself is backwards, if that makes sense, like a jackknife. And right there, you know, you can see the side of the road is super steep, you know, and you can get really hurt, you know, on those areas. But yeah, this is just a typical example of, it gives you a false sense of security when it's nice and clear, the sun is coming up. And right now it's a little darker than it is, because my camera makes it lighter out the windshield than it actually is. So right now, 7 in the morning, 80 west. I'm going Laramie into Elk Mountain. This load is still the same. You know, it's tied, and it's around 43,000 pounds. But I'm about 79,000 pounds out of 80,000. So anyway, that's it. And I'll show you some more coming up here, going 80 west. All right, guys, take it easy. Bye.